Okay, it's day 4 at Grimmfest. We're very excited to have the UK premiere of Feed Me. And I'm joined by, introduce yourselves guys and tell us what you did on the movie.
Richard Oakes, one of the co-directors.
Adam Leader, the other co-director.
Cool. Well, listen, tell us a little bit about the film, because people won't know anything about this movie. It's brand new, so maybe just a little bit about what kind of movie it is, what it's about, if you would.
So Feed Me is a story about a very broken man that, after the loss of his wife, somehow winds up in the home of a deranged cannibal who convinces him to end his life in the most horrific way imaginable.
Anything you want to add to that?
It's Gonzo.
Okay. So how would you describe it in terms of tone?
Gonzo. Yeah, it's pretty out there and crazy, and it's kind of it's a love film from me and Adam, just kind of what we wanted to put on the page. You know, we didn't want to tick any boxes with this film, so I don't think anyone would have seen anything like it. At least that's what we've been told. So if you like stuff that's completely batshit crazy, you might be into this.
It's funny, but then sometimes it's not funny. You know, it can be very humorous, but then it can be really dark. Was that a deliberate choice to kind of have this different levels of tone to the film?
For sure, man. I mean, like, it ultimately, it's a very serious story that should be taken seriously. Like, the underlying tone of it focuses a lot on mental health and stuff that most of the world can resonate with. However, it's sprinkled with our personality and our sense of humor as a filmmaking duo, which is something that we decided during the writing process of this. Let's just be ourselves, and let's put our personality in this, and let's wear our heart on our sleeve in this, because we haven't done that before, and we just thought let's do something for ourselves. Let's be who we are. Let's be who we want to be, and we've just come up with some. Yeah, I mean, this is what you've got, some batshit crazy thing. So yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about the making of the movie. It's beautifully shot. The picture, the style, and everything is awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you approach the visual style, maybe.
It's kind of came together. I mean, I've got put a lot of influences in there. I'm a big fan of David Fincher, and Fight Club in particular took a lot of inspiration from that, as like from Paper Street. That's how we wanted the house to kind of look. So we got piles of newspapers everywhere, yeah. Same kind of dilapidated look. Also the grade of the film, I kind of tried to make my own version of Paper Street, and Fight Club in general was very much.
So that was a big inspiration.
Visually, yeah. Fight Club was kind of the vibe I wanted to go for on that.
So tell us a little bit about how you made the movie. Was it shot on studio sets, or did you use locations, or was it a combination of both?
It was a combination of, none of it was studio sets, nothing like that, but it was. We were very lucky in the sense that Lionel Flack's apartment was given to us for free to basically use by Nadia, one of the cast members. She plays the female police officer. It was via her family that we were able to use that place, provided we resetted it at the end.
Well, that must have been somewhat of a clean-up.
It was tough. It was harder, actually, to make it look dilapidated, because there was so much detail, with Rich leading the way on that. There's so much detail we had to put into painting all these rooms and stuff, but it was harder to do that than it was to reset it. But yeah, that was the main set piece. The rest were kind of just like hired locations in and around London. Yeah. I mean, it truly feels grimy in this place. That you can almost kind of feel the smell it. You know, this environment when you watch the film. So what you said about the smell the other day.
Yeah, well, this is something that comes up a lot. Is everyone's like, I can smell this film. The funny thing is, on set, it just smelled like fresh paint and soap, because it was just paint. I don't know if you noticed it in the film, but there's a line where he says he likes to peel soap. So we had soap shavings around the place, so the place smelled lovely, but it doesn't look it.
And so tell us about the casting. How did you bring this amazing cast together? Were they friends, or were they people that did you audition for the film, or how did it work?
The casting was, well, in terms of Lionel Flack, it was always for Neil Ward. That part was always written for him. We knew that he'd nail it. Jed, same with Chris. Like we had our eye on Chris Mulvin from the get-go. and he absolutely nailed it. And the rest, I mean, we're all friends. We're all a tight-knit family. Most of us have all worked together
So
before.
you're a kind of filmmaking community in a way.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And there was a few, well, like Anto as well, through what you did with Witch.
Yeah, so I DOP'd a film called Witch by Mark Zammit and Craig Hind that's coming out later in the year. And I met Anto, who was a Vine personality originally. Did that, that's going straight in my basket. That was his thing. And just watched him on Witch and I was like, this guy's actually a really good actor. And I thought he'd make a great policeman. So we offered him the part of that, and he was amazing at that.
He nailed
as well.
it, yeah.
I know you've just recently screened at Beyond Fest in LA, which is very, very cool. And how was the film received there? Because it feels very British to me, and I wondered what the American reaction to it was.
Do you know what? Like, it was actually received better than we thought. Like, it went down really well. People got most of the humour in there as well, which surprised us. Like, it really was surprising. Because we were sitting there like, oh my God, are they going to get... And then everyone erupts into laughter, or everyone kind of takes it seriously at the points where you should. And we were just, really happy. And it went down really well. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, Rich.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Like, the main, like, you tend to get at these, like, horror festivals and stuff, but just to see it in person, like, after the big kills, just erupt of applause. And that's, that really resonates with you and go, we've done something good here. And some of the people in the Q&A were saying it's the best film they've seen in years and stuff like that. And it's just, to get that is just like, wow. Like, that's, I don't know if that's true, but like, to hear people say that is like, wow, you feel like that you've done something, even if it's just for that one guy.
It's a very unique film, I think, in its flavour and its tone. And I'm dying to see what people here at Grimmfest think of the film. I'm sure they're going to love it. Can you tell us anything about the release? Because I'm sure that a lot of people are going to want to know when it's coming out in the UK. I don't know if you know.
At the moment, the only release that is currently on the cards is the American release, which is 27th of October. We're in talks with, we've just got on board an amazing sales agent who is in talks with several distributors, the UK being one of the priorities. So I reckon probably early next year. At the latest, fingers crossed, but yeah, it will be out. It will be out in the UK very soon.
Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck with the release of the film. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you.